Okay, round two. You guys have missed a few things. So behind me, these are Silver Queen corn. They're doing okay, okay-ish. They could be doing a little bit better, but I'm not really complaining about them. I just ate some strawberries. I thought I was recording and I was not. Yeah, not the first time I've done that, so that's okay. These are Heart of Gold cantaloupes. These have grown so much just since the past 2 days. So I'm going to be getting a trellis in here very shortly. Some strawberries, an everbearing variety, which these guys are really starting to take over, which is what I want. I want this to be a full bed again. It's just taken a lot to get there. Now, before we go on to our next area, I did promise that I was going to be doing 2 garden tours every single month. This is starting that. So this is filmed on the 8th of July. This will be going up tonight because, yeah, things happened and I did not get to film earlier this morning. Just because of some stuff, but yeah. So we will definitely be getting this up and ready for everything. Sorry, I'm looking at this Tromboncino. But yeah, so this video will be going up today, and the garden is looking very good, so I cannot wait to show you guys all of its little hidden treasures. These are Tromboncino squash. You can see one down there, and then if we go up here, there is another one. I had another one, but I did go ahead and pick that one. These plants are doing very well. We still have a nasturtium down there and another nasturtium over there. I think my favorite views of the garden change all the time, but this is a pretty good one. Maybe this, which let's backtrack just a little bit. We have some zinnias. I'm pretty sure these are candy cane. Yeah, these are candy cane. Just they're not as prominent as some others. That might be a white wedding, but I highly doubt it. This zinnia is a showstopper. These guys, I really do like this zinnia as well. Another candy cane, but it's more of the yellow color. I have picked quite a few cabbages. The remaining of the cabbages will be picked very shortly. I might not let the one right here fully go out. I'll just wait. But I do want to get them out, and then I'll be sowing something here. It won't be corn, as much as I want to do corn again. I'm gonna switch it to something else, and it'll be okay. So I cannot wait for that. We have some more zinnias. We have, like I said, 4 more cabbages, but these are doing, and these are the Earliana cabbages. They're doing so well. And these zinnias too. Look at them. They're huge. And they put on so many flowers. I've cut, if you follow me on Instagram, some of the recent photos that I've done are from this area as well as the others. Just a bunch of zinnias, and yeah, I absolutely love it. Over here, zinnias. I think this is a white wedding, maybe. Not 100% sure. The candy cane. These are just a bunch of candy canes. They're getting a little sickly, but nothing too bad. These guys won't be here much longer anyways. I'll probably leave these, save the seeds from what I want, get a few last bouquets from them, and then they'll probably end up going on their way. Which is a little bittersweet, but that's okay. Some more zinnias. I don't know the variety that this is, but I know it's a purple variety. It might be a double enchantress. That kind of sounds right. But we have the Tromboncino down here. And they're doing incredibly well. Like I said, maybe a little bit of pests not pest, a little bit of damage to some leaves and some stuff like that, but it's nothing too serious, at least not yet. Again, not what I'd like, but it's okay. So, we'll see. I haven't tried the one either, but I will let you guys know when I do. These are loofahs. None of the loofahs have come in yet. I've seen little ones, but they've all rotted off. Let me see if I can find one. Let me look for one real quick. There's one. They just turn yellow on me and die. Which obviously is not something that I want to happen. I think it's just been too hot. I'm going to look to see conditions and see if maybe I can just do something with them. But again, I'm not really sure what's going to happen with them yet. But I have faith they'll be okay, but it's dwindling a little bit. I'm going to be completely honest. But there's 3, maybe 4 loofah plants, and then there is one zinnia which is actually dying, so I'm gonna end up pulling that one out. It only had 1 flower. If you were here for the zinnia garden tour that I posted earlier last week, you will have seen that. And then this is from a plant that I transplanted, but it is a multi-headed one. You can see that, and then right underneath of it you can see another head. And the sun is so gracious to come out. But more heads down there. Potentially more heads going to be coming out of that. But I'm not so sure about the other heads coming out of that. But I know for a fact that it's going to be a multi-headed one. I did move that. It was in the middle of my bed. Took a while to get going, I'm going to be honest. But it's doing just fine now. So yeah, really excited about that. Tomorrow morning, while the sun's out, I'm going to come out here and prune these tomatoes again. I have pruned them quite a few times, but they need to be pruned and trellised again and again and again and again and again, which is okay. I want tons of tomatoes and I want them all to be very, very good. So, but yeah. And there's a bunch of green ones, and they still have a bunch more growing to do, so that's okay. Now, let's get into the tomatoes. Now, I have gone over varieties, but I will go over them again. These up here are Too Tasty. Some of my favorite tomatoes of all time that I've tried. I keep saying that. Some of my favorite tomatoes of all time. Purple tomato, great flavor, more of a saladette, more of a saladette size, and overall I give it, it's just incredibly, obvious, it's called Too Tasty, TWO, and they really are just too tasty with 2 O's. Moving up here, these are Sun Golds. These plants have gone everywhere. I'm going to trellis what I can and probably cut off what I can't, which sucks, but that is what we sadly must do. I think this is another Sun Gold, but it could be a cherry baby. Again, I'm not 100% sure on that because I've had to sow tomatoes so many times. This is a volunteer, I think, that has come up, or maybe one of the seeds that I sowed that did not come up originally. Either way, we're going to find out. This is a midnight snack. It's set a few blossoms, but again, I don't know how well they're going to do. They're probably 3-4 foot tall. The Sun Gold is definitely the tallest. Moving around to this side, you will see some dark opal basil. I have some on the other side as well. You can't see it through the things, through the tomatoes, but I do have some other basil down there, and I've been pruning them off so they get bushier instead of just straight up. And I will show you guys how to do that in a video coming up shortly. This is a black cherry. I'm very excited about this as well. So we'll just see how this does and save some seeds from what I can, obviously. Moving over to this side, these are a bunch of yellow pears. I really like the yellow pears. Again, they're not my favorite tomato, but they set so many fruit where if you're just looking for volume, and again, they're tasty, not the best, but they're okay. And I will forever grow them for that, and they're just an interesting shape and a yellow tomato variety. Moving around to the back side, which I can't particularly get over there right this second, because I need to get back there and prune. I don't want to mess anything up. The black creme are coming in very well. I'll actually show you guys some of the yellow pear. These tomatoes are coming in well. Some blossoms were on this guy. And then I think all the blossoms, no, there are some down here. Blossoms. But yeah, the black creme, yeah, this is a mess. The black creme are doing very well. I need to get in there and just prune them up, shape them a little bit more. These are the Better Boy or Best Boy, I think. They're pretty sure determinate variety. I'm not 100% sure on that. So I'm watching how I'm pruning them, but I am pruning the bottoms. As you can see, just for airflow. And then over here, and then on the other side, we do have one plant, is some sweet Italian basil. Again, doing the same thing. I'm pinching off the top, and actually I will show you guys right now what I'm doing. So right here, this is more of a dramatic version of what I'm doing. As you can see, the main stalk, and then it has two separate stalks over here. For more production, you will just pinch them off, and you can go in and eat these also, which is incredibly useful. So as you're doing that, you're not only going to get more, but you're also going to be pruning your plants in the process, and it smells so good. But yeah, so I do that for all of my basil. As you can see, this is getting a little bit bushy. I'll be doing some maintenance in the morning, but yeah, tomatoes will be pruned accordingly. Now moving on to my cucumber kiddie pool. These cucumbers are doing really well. I'm trying just to plant just succession sow them as much as I can. And yeah, sorry, paying attention to something else. Succession sowing is what I'm trying to do, just so I can maximize what I'm getting. I did elevate them, trellis them, is the correct term. And as you can see, we do have a cucumber right here. This one is actually probably ready. So I will be picking that probably tomorrow when I come out here and just do a bunch of other maintenance and harvesting whatever else needs to be harvested. Moving along to this side, the first sunflower that I had open was this White Light sunflower. It's on its way out now, but I will definitely miss it. I filmed a reel with it and took a lot of photos, but this guy will give light to a whole broke out White Light will give light to a bunch of new generations as well. Moving down the road, the green beans are doing very well. They are starting to set new blossoms, so I can go ahead and harvest another round of wonderful green beans. Again, with pole or indeterminate type green beans, you need to continually pick them, because if you don't, they will just stop producing because they've done their job and gone to seed. But I've picked all of them, and they are starting to set a bunch more flowers for more fruit. Moving down to the lower level of this area, you will see I think it's a zucchini plant, and then I think there's actually two in here. Those are about to start producing, and I cannot wait for that. Then we have a nasturtium over on this side, which is doing very well. One of the biggest plants I've ever had of nasturtiums. One of the biggest ones. They're doing really well this year despite the heat. But this area does tend to stay a little bit cooler because of everything, all of the plants surrounding it. Moving over here, there is a zinnia. Now you can do the same trick that I was telling you about with the basil. I am going to come in tomorrow morning and take out the center stalk, and then this one will be left with a flower going to grow from it. And then this is the exact same thing, but on the other side. You can already see another shoot growing out for more flowers, and then same thing up here. So I can just continually cut. And that is just so wonderful. Another zucchini over here. It's not doing too well. I might just go ahead and pull it and plant another wave in this area. It's probably what I'm going to end up doing just because it's not doing the best, but that's okay. We'll see, and we'll figure out what is going on. The zucchini is Black Beauty, I believe. And then I'm trying to think. Nasturtiums, I don't know. It's just a mixed pack. My yellow squash is doing quite well. Something ate the one that I had down here that I was going to pick tomorrow because I want it to grow a little bit more. They're not doing too well these days, which sucks. A lot of them are just rotting off the... A lot of them are just rotting on the vine. I think it's just been too hot, which I can't blame them. So I'm going to go ahead and re-sow them. Probably pull out that plant. That plant's huge, so it's okay. And in doing so, I'll be just getting another wave. I have some other ones that are going to start soon, so I just will be without squash for a little bit, but no squash bugs, which I'm happy about. Sunflowers, which I'll show you guys in a minute. More nasturtiums. Another zucchini, which is doing so well, y'all. Let me get a picture. It's just doing so well. Sorry, getting some photos. Mexican sour gherkins, cucamelons, mouse melons, anything you want to call them, you can call them. I have a few that are coming in. One is right here that I'll let continue growing, and there's one at the bottom that I'll let continue growing as well. But they're doing well. Going to take over this trellis before too long. I know it. Moving back out to this side, we have some other white light sunflowers about to open, and I cannot wait. I'll be taking photos of and with some of these, just because I love sunflowers. And yeah, I'll be having more. I'm doing not succession planting them to where I'm always having them, but I have one group now in July. I'll have some mini dwarves coming in probably in August. Sorry, I'm yawning. And then I'll have another group for the fall, probably in September or October. Another white light. This one is a little droopy, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll peak back up. This one, when I was going to film the garden tour before, I realized something came in and ate the top off of it, or cut the top of it, or whatever. I don't know. I never found it. I never found the top, so I don't know what happened. But it was not very... It's barely even grown a little small head to even be able to open. But I don't know. Sorry, I'm climbing now because that's what we have to do to get to the full beauty of the garden. Yes, y'all are getting accents now. I've been taking pictures of the sunflower. You can find them on Instagram, but yeah, it's going to be on its way out soon too, but it looks beautiful. And then over here we have two sunflowers, the twin sunflowers, that are doing just fantastic, and I cannot wait to see them in their full beauty once they open. I'm trying to hurry this up because I want you guys to see this tonight, but if you don't, it's okay. Now, over here, this is the small zinnia patch, zinnia kiddie pool. These guys are doing incredibly well. I did like this one before the rain came and messed it up. Still, these big double ones. I love the double, not the double, the dahlia-sized ones. Pretty sure these two are actually same ones. They start out like this, then they go like that, and then they will get that big. Continually cutting from this area, just getting more and more flowers, and yeah, I really enjoy that. If you want to see more of the flowers before I cut a bunch of them, I did do a zinnia garden tour. So yeah, if you want to see that, you can go ahead and check that out. Again, it was earlier in the week if you're watching this sooner, or I think it's in the garden tour playlist, which you can go onto my channel and it's down in the down there for the 2024 garden tours. Over to potatoes. These potatoes are looking the best out of all of them, which again, I don't expect them to look good because the tops have to die back for me to be able to harvest them potatoes. So I want them to go ahead and die, which sucks, but I want them to because I would like to harvest the potatoes. I feel like this is a lot longer than it has been in the past, but again, I'm not a good judge of that right now, so I will check with other videos of mine soon. This kiddie pool is the dragon tongue bush beans and the on deck corn. As you can see, there are ears of corn forming, and there are some dragon tongues peeking through the cracks. All stuff that needs to be harvested tomorrow, except for maybe the corn. I'm going to leave the corn a little bit longer because there are some bigger ones like that one, and there are some littler ones. So we'll just see what happens with that. But so far they're doing fantastic. Over here, these are another Dahlia pool. Not Dahlia. Zinnia, another Zinnia pool. They're doing incredibly well. There's some, I don't know. I am seriously debating taking all of them out. They're okay, but they're not what they should be. I know there is one plant that I would like to salvage from all of this. I just need a flower to open up, and I'm not seeing it. So once that flower opens up, I will probably take the rest of them out and just see where it goes. Moving over here, these are potatoes. They're starting to die back finally, but not fully. So we will see what happens, and yeah, potatoes experiment is ongoing. Moving over to these cucumbers, I did have a trellis put up. It fell. Chicken messed it up, so it will be fixed very shortly. But yeah, these cucumbers are doing well. We had one or two, and yeah, the chicken got into it. So I'm working on that, but it is a process. Over here, we have squash and some zucchini. I did squash, zucchini, or vice versa, or whatever. Really, whatever ended up growing, because I had to plant it a few times because of chickens again, but that's okay. Moving over here, these are the carrots. The carrots are doing really well. You will notice that there are some spaces that have been eaten on them. I have 4 black swallowtail butterfly caterpillars, not actual butterflies yet. Caterpillars. They actually just formed their chrysalises. I don't know where they are in this mess, but yeah, we will find them. I will find them eventually, and I will take a picture, or I will just show you guys the butterflies once they've emerged. Over here, these are the blueberry bushes, blueberry twigs, whatever you want to call them. They're doing really well. And over here, this is the cucumbers from my cousin Kim. I've harvested a few, but they're starting to put on more blossoms, which is good. Moving along, potatoes. These guys were starting to die back. That's what this one bucket has turned into. But this one has sent out a new growth point, which, yeah, is what it is. It's going to get pulled out with the rest of them, though, so I'm not upset about it. And then this is the tote of potatoes. They're on their way out. They're in between a bunch of the other phases and stuff like that, but yeah, I'll be harvesting potatoes soon. This felt like an all-over-the-place garden tour, and I am incredibly sorry for that. Filming the day of, I don't like doing that, so I have not been filming the day of, and yeah, this was just a complete shock for me. But not a shock, it's just not what I'm used to. So the garden tour towards the end of the month, a bunch of things will have changed, I'm sure of it. But I'm going to continue doing 2 garden tours a month until November, and then you might end up getting into a December garden tour with some cool weather stuff. So yeah, But I hope this is everything you guys wanted to see. If not, please stay tuned and leave your questions or comments or whatever in the comments below, and I will get back to them and try to make this better for you guys as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye, y'all.